In with the lead is a tough team indeed. Pekin will have to rely on their speed to offset that tremendous height advantage. 2-0 in favor of Cobden as they scored on the first play from the opening tip. And Jim Couch gets the ball, feeds it out into the backcourt. Dave Golden hits. A beautiful one-handed shot by Dave Golden ties up the ball game. Pekin moves into a mild press. Chuck Neal and Jim Neal are brothers. The Smiths are cousins. And that's Ken Smith going to the line off the back of the rim. He taps it up there, misses, and as Jim Couch tries to retrieve the ball, it's off his fingertips out of bounds. Jim Smith now will throw the ball in. Play signal is given. Ken Smith, number 50, with the ball for Cobden. The ball game knotted at 2 apiece. And now Cobden moves into their ball control game. No hurried shots. They're looking for the percentage shot. And the ball is intercepted by Jim Couch on a pass intended for Ken Flick. Pekin has the ball. Pekin in the dark uniforms, Cobden in the white. Jim Couch out to Ron Rhodes. Shot by Dave Golden. He hits again. Dave Golden 2 for 2 from out in front, and he puts Pekin into a 4-2 lead. Now the press is on. Chuck Neal feeds to Ken Flick. He's at the side, but it's not the percentage shot. Jim Smith lofts one in there. Jim Neal is in a tangle. It'll be a jump ball. And it looks like it'll be Jim Neal and Dave Golden, number 21. Dave Golden, who has personally put Pekin into the lead, taking 2 shots and hitting 2 field goals. Ken Smith tries one, and it's through the hoop. 2 points for Ken Smith, and it ties the game up at 4-all. Jim Summer lets one go off the back of the hoop. Dave Golden out to Ron Rhodes. He's a dead eye. Yes, sir. Ron Rhodes drills it. Pekin goes into a 6-4 lead. Bob, it looks like we got another barn burner.
They're both starting out that way, Jack.
Pekin in the full press. And Chuck Neal attempting to feed off, has it batted back to him under the basket. Now Jim Neal gets the ball, reverse layup, no basket. Offensive foul, and it'll be Pekin's ball out of bounds. Foul call against Jim Neal. That's the first personal foul of the game. Pekin 6, Cobden 4. A little better than 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Dave Golden feeding to Ron Rhodes and getting it back. Emil Massa now over in the corner, slowing things up for just a moment. The 1-2-2 zone against them. Dave Golden trying to get past Jim Neal. Jim Neal, a big man. Golden fakes him out, but can't pass over the towering Cobden defender as Chuck Neal deflects it off to Jim Smith. Timeout is called. Cobden calls for a timeout as Coach Dick Ruggles reached up to signal them, and Pekin gathers around its coach, Dawson Hawkins, for a strategy session in front of the bench. This telecast of the Illinois High School Association basketball tournament is being brought to you by the men and women of Illinois Bell Telephone. The Pekin cheerleaders. And here's a great study of Dick Ruggles, the Cobden coach, in a heated session with his team in front of the Cobden bench. 44, Jim Neal. 54, Chuck Neal. 50 was Ken Smith. Cobden with the ball when play is resumed. Pekin leading by 2 points at 6-4. 6'5" Ken Smith, 200-pound senior, will put the ball in play as Pekin goes into its full court press. Chuck Neal, the center, comes out to relieve the pressure. Now he moves back in toward the post. Too long in the lane. 3-second violation in the free throw lane, and Pekin takes the ball out of bounds. Pekin has been getting a lot of opportunities here. Have not been able to cash in on the last two of them and are messed up again by the Cobden defense. And Pekin steals the ball back. A floater to Jim Summer. Fake, another fake, goes up. Foul called under the basket. That one against Jim Smith. Jim Smith, number 30, draws the foul. Two personal fouls against the Cobden team, one against Jim Smith. After the fifth one, the 1-and-1 foul situation prevails. Now it's just a single shot, and Jim Summer makes it to edge Pekin out to a 7-4 lead. Cobden with the ball. A tiny school of 147 pupils. The first school of that size to reach the tournament finals since Hebron won it in 1952. Foul called against Ron Rhodes. And Pekin calls for a timeout. Here's Bob Rhodes.
Pekin's previous tourney experience, they've been here about 10 times. Their best finishes, 1935 and 1948. Both times grabbing off third place, so they'd like to come out with number 1 tonight. Right now, let's take 10 seconds to pause for station identification. There's a good shot of the Cobden bench, and their coach grouped his team around him, giving them instructions to do exactly what he wants them to do as they go back out there on the court. They're behind 7-4 right now. 3:22 remaining in the first period. So as Cobden goes back out on the court, Pekin is out there already. Look at that young lady being held up by her daddy. She's enjoying the basketball tournament. And let's go back now with Jack Grease and enjoy it ourselves.
Now we have Chuck Neal at the free throw line, and he floats his one shot in there to make it 7-5. Cobden again 2 points behind. 3 minutes and 17 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pekin has the ball. Quick throw goes into Jim Summer. Now it's to Dave Golden in the corner. Golden's off the back of the rim. Nice rebound by Emil Massa out to Jimmy Couch, and he hits. Jim Couch with a long one-hander. And if Pekin can keep hitting from outside in that manner, the 1-2-2 towering zone defense of Cobden will not be of much avail. Pekin now a 9-5 lead. 2 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the quarter. Ken Smith takes the high feed from the sidelines. Feed to Flick, he's loose. And it rolls off. The rebound is tapped in by Chuck Neal. 9-7. Pekin leading by 2 points over Cobden with 2:25 left to play in the first quarter. This game for the championship, the State High School Championship of Illinois. Dave Golden from the side, and he drills it. That's 3 baskets for Dave Golden. 11-7 now in favor of Pekin. Cobden facing the press, moves cautiously up the court. That's Ken Smith with the ball. Over to Jim Smith. The Smiths are cousins. The Neals are brothers. And Flick is operating as an independent. Jim Neal feeds to Chuck Neal. His turnaround shot rolled off his hand and came short. Didn't quite have control of that ball. Up the court it goes to Emil Massa. No chance to continue the break. They take the pressure off with a pass into the backcourt. Jim Summer is loose, fake, and then up, and it's in there. And so Pekin has gone out now into the first sizable lead created in this championship game, 13-7 over Cobden. Cobden with the ball. Chuck Neal feeds to Ken Flick. Flick's shot is hurried and bounds off the rim. And underneath, a foul is called against Jim Summer. Substitution coming in. Boy, that substitute deal is some kind of horn, Bob. I always have to wait till you come down before I can say anything to you. It's right alongside of Bob Rhodes.
Next time, I think I'll hit the ceiling for sure, Jack.
Jim Neal hits on his free throw. And it's 13-8 with Pekin in front now by a 5-point margin. Less than a minute to play in the first quarter. Pekin has slowed down their play considerably. They are ordinarily very much a running team. Summer can't get loose underneath, and his pass is hauled down by Jim Neal for Cobden. That's Bob Smith, number 20 in the game now. He's only 5'8". Everybody else in the game is 6'5" or over. Bob Smith with the ball, 5'8". Everybody in the game for Cobden. Ken Smith has the shot blocked into the hands of Dave Golden. Golden's layup is a beauty. "13 seconds left to play. 15-8 is the score. Pekin out in front of Cobden. And a foul call against Dave Golden for stepping into the path of Bob Smith on the block. Eight seconds left to play in the first quarter of the game. Pekin 15, Cobden 8. Cobden at the line, and the first minute of Bob Smith, the 5'8" junior. And an attempt to save by Chuck Neal winds up in the hands of Pekin. The long heave by Ron Rhodes off to the side, and so the quarter ends. The end of the first quarter with the score, Pekin 15, Cobden 8. Now here's Tom Kelly.
Thank you, Jack Dries. Here in Tournament Central, I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Bob Kane, who is principal of Pekin Community High School and the former coach of the Pekin Chinks. Bob, I suppose you're pretty happy about your trip to Champaign.
Tom, there isn't any question about it. This is the farthest that any Pekin team has gone in the history of Pekin High School. We're very proud. I believe that the Apple Knockers may have around 14,000 people cheering them on, but they can't be any prouder than the 2,000 of us here from Pekin.
What about the big celebration for the Chinks, whether they win or lose?
Tom, whether they win or lose, we're going to have a celebration. Tomorrow we're expecting to arrive in Pekin about 1 o'clock. Tomorrow we're going to have rather a minor celebration, and our big one will be on Monday. In the entire morning, we're planning on getting both of our campuses together. The entire community will be celebrating till about 11:30 Monday.
Fine, Bob. Thank you very much. Good luck to you. Let's go back to the game.
Thank you, Tom.
Ready now for the second quarter of play. Chuck Neal, number 54 in the white for Cobden, jumping against Jim Summer, number 45. Nobody got the tip. They'll jump it again. Chuck Neal got it that time for Cobden. Cobden trailing by 7 points. Pekin 15-8. Cobden playing just a little tense. The first time they have ever been in the state tournament, and here they are in the finals. Ken Smith shoots, but still a little tense. That shot isn't soft going off the hands of the Cobden players. Ron Rhodes moves in and lets one go, and it's right through the hoop. 2 baskets for Ron Rhodes, and Pekin goes out 17-8. Pekin now on the full court press, too close. Ron Rhodes draws the foul. That's 2 personals on Rhodes. We've just begun the second quarter of play with Pekin out in front, 17-8. And Bob Smith has 1 shot coming. Pekin gets the rebound as Flick couldn't hold the ball. Pekin working around that 1-2-0-2 zone. Off to the outside. Golden's free for an instant, and that's all it takes. Dave Golden has now hit on 5 baskets. And it's 19-8. Pekin out in front. Pass off to Jim Neal, and he's in on the layup. 19-10. Dave Ruggles on his feet, the coach of Cobden, in front of the Cobden bench. He's really exhorting his team on. Jim Summer underneath, looking for somewhere to go. Finally takes away from the pressure with a pass out to Golden. Summer again, turn around, fadeaway jump, but he took a step too many, and a traveling call will give it to Cobden out of bounds. Look at Dave Ruggles there, the lower left of your picture, on his feet again, shouting directions to his team as they move up the court with the ball. Pekin eased off on the press that time, and Bob Smith loses track of the ball. It goes into the hands of Ron Rhodes for Pekin. Ron Rhodes, quick feed to Jim Summer. Summer can't get loose to shoot. Jimmy Couch lets one go. Ken Flick on the rebound. Ken Smith floats one in. That was the first time that it looked like Ken Smith really had control of the ball on the shot. He pitched a soft one, and it floated right through. That is his second basket. And this might be the beginning of a new turn of events for Cobden, but not if Rhodes can help it. Ron Rhodes, all alone at the circle, is deadly from there and puts one through to make it 21-12 Pekin. Pekin in the full court press once again. Ken Smith with the ball. Fades down to Bob Smith. Ken Flick, turnaround jump shot, in and out. Jim Neal gets it and puts it in. Another follow-up by Jim Neal is Cobden. Getting the rebounds is using their height to great advantage. 21-14 now, Pekin out in front. Jim Summer can't get loose to shoot. Dave Golden goes up the lane. Jim Summer, and is hit. Chuck Neal going for him. Fouled him, and a substitution coming in. Jim Smith coming back for Bob Smith. Jim Smith, number 30, replaces Bob Smith. Foul on Chuck Neal. That's the first personal against him. Jim Summer is at the line, 21-14, Pekin in front. Jim Summer shooting 1 for Pekin, or shooting 2 for Pekin, and makes the first one. He was fouled while shooting. 22-14, Pekin. And now Jim Summer on his second shot. He has it. 23-14. Setting up screens to clear a man to receive the pass inbounds on the tight Pekin press. Ken Flick is stuck with the ball, but Chuck Neal comes back to take the pressure off. And a soft pass cross court, a dangerous maneuver, is grabbed off by Pekin, and Jim Summer has the ball. Ron Rhodes over to Jim Couch. Couch misses on the layup, and a foul is called coming in. There was no basket on that eventual follow-up. Pass again, or the foul against Jim Neal. That's 2 personals for him. Well, there's tenseness in the rooting section, isn't there? Jimmy Couch. It's in. First of two is good. 24-14. Pekin slides out again to a 10-point lead. (25-14). Cobden calls for a timeout. This telecast being brought to you by the men and women of Illinois Bell Telephone. Bob Rhodes.
Well, you know, one thing that never ceases to amaze me is how these youngsters can come out here before a jam-packed gymnasium of some 16,000 and millions of television viewers watching in and stand up there as calmly as if they're in their backyard and drop those free throws. At halftime, we have a special feature planned for you. Marilyn Vanderburg, Jerry Van Dyke, and Tom Kelly will be interviewing followers of both these teams. For example, one interview might be with the best girl of a player on each of the two teams. Another might well be with parents of players of both teams. So be sure to stay with us. And now let's listen and watch the Pekin cheerleader. There once again, you see the coach with Cobden. Boy, and he instructs these boys all the way through. And as Jack has mentioned, Cobden has certainly been tight throughout this portion of the ball game. They should start to loosen up. There's your score, 25-14. Play all set remaining now in the quarter, 3:38. Here is Jack Drees.
Cobden taking it in again against that Pekin all-court press, and it's a snug one. And here's big Chuck Neal, the center, coming all the way back to help out on it. Dribbles that ball about 6 feet off the ground to brother Jim under the basket, and it rolls off the hoop. And as Jim Neal tries to put it in again, that basket won't count. A foul is called underneath. The foul called against Emil Massa, number 43, and Jim Neal will shoot a pair. Substitute coming in. This is Tony Busick, number 53, 6'2" and senior, and he's coming in to replace Emil Massa. These two players are pretty much on a par. Two fine ball players, interchangeable in the Pekin lineup. In and out. Scores a 25-14 favor of Pekin. This is two. Jim Neal intercepts. Ken Smith fires underneath to Neal. It rolls off. Ken Smith tries one and puts it in. Look at this. 25-16 now. Pekin over Cobden. Jimmy Couch, high off the rim, and the rebound is grabbed by Jim Smith. Ken Smith now taking it up the court. Ken Smith's shot is home. 25-18, and Pekin, sensing an uprising from Cobden, calls for a timeout. No question about it, Bob, your comment about the tenseness of Cobden and the possibility that it would wear off as this game warmed up has come to pass. Cobden, different team in these last few moments.
Yes, now they've begun to drive toward that basket. It seemed as though they held back in the first portion of the ball game, and now they're using some of that size to move in around that basket and practically force their way in. There you see the Pekin Ball Club around their coach, number 11, Ron Rhodes. And incidentally, Jack, regardless of the outcome of this ball game, I'm glad to see Ron Rhodes having a good night. He's a fine little basketball player, and I'm sure a wonderful boy.
Yes, we've often said, Bob, all roads can't be bad.
The Pekin cheerleaders now. The buzzer sounds. We're about to get back in the play. 2 minutes, 29 seconds remaining in the first half. 25-18, Pekin over Cobden. Cobden has begun to come on strong. Okay, Jack.
With 2 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the first half of the game, Cobden now 7 points behind Pekin. Cobden now in a much more aggressive defense. Underneath, Jimmy Couch gets loose and puts it through. 6 points for Couch, 27-18. Last to touch it was Chuck Neal, and the ball goes to Pekin. Cobden coming out of their 1-2-2 zone, going into a more pressing defense. Run the risk of leaving men open, but a risk they have to take when they drop this far behind. It's cost them one basket, but their more aggressive and faster moving play has got them a couple to get them up to the 18-point level. Ken Smith lets one go and hits again. That's 3 in a row for Ken Smith. 10 points, 27-20. Ken Smith, the backcourt man, taking charge. And again, they have a man loose, and Jimmy Couch puts it in. 29-20. Cobden being forced into a defense which is obviously not their best one. And as they try to press the men in the backcourt, they find men loose in the vicinity of the basket. Chuck Neal going through the middle, hunting for a driving layup, is fouled on the way in by Emil Massa. 2 shots coming. 2 fouls on Emil Massa. Chuck Neal now with 2 shots coming. And he misses his 3rd straight free throw. Just a little bit off. Misses another one, but the tip in by Jim Neal. 29-22. Reversing the pressure tactics now. Cobden putting the press on Pekin. With that one blocked by the foot of Chuck Neal, it will be Pekin's ball out of bounds. At the sidelines, Bob Smith is preparing to come into the game. And while they're waiting to put the ball in play, Bob Smith gets into the game, and Jim Neal moves to the sideline. Pekin playing well out now in the face of the pressure from Cobden. Got a man open underneath. They forgot him again. Jim Summer puts in 2. 31-22. Ken Smith goes in. The fake and the jump, and he misses that one. Gets the rebound on the tap to him and puts through another basket. 12 points for Ken Smith on 6 baskets. 31-24. Cobden gets the ball again. Nice steal by Ken Flink. Last seconds. Time runs out. The half has come to its end. And Pekin takes into the dressing room a halftime lead of 7 points. 31-24. An almost death-like silence comes over as the audience unwinds after the exciting first half. Pekin and Cobden fighting it out for the championship of the state of Illinois. I'll be back with you with the vital statistics on that first half in just a few moments. But first, I'd like you to meet a business consultant whose services are available to you free of charge. And now to take a look at the first half of play, Cobden against Pekin. We saw a complete reversal of what these two teams prefer to do. Pekin, a very fast, running team, slowed down the play considerably to work the ball carefully around and through the zone defense thrown at them by Cobden. Cobden, on the other hand, as they fell steadily farther behind in the game, found they had to go to the tactics that they do not ordinarily use, a pressing defense a defense they're not used to, which time and again saw them forget about deep men on the part of the Pekin offense, who were left alone and unguarded under the basket. However, Cobden, putting more speed and pressure on their attack, did become much more team. For the leading Pekin team, the high point man is Dave Golden with 10 points. High for Cobden with 12 points is Ken Smith. Halftime score, 31-24. Other principal scores for Pekin: Jim Couch has 8, Jim Summer has 7 points, and Ron Rhodes has 6. Jim Neal has 8 points for Cobden, and Chuck Neal has 5. But it's been a complete reversal of the customary way of going for these two teams, a reversal that will give us a very interesting second half, I'm sure. The halftime score again, Pekin out in front, 31-24 over Cobden. With the championship still to be decided, Marilyn, Jerry, and Tom have gone into the crowd to seek out vitally interested followers of the contending teams to determine their viewpoints on the possible outcome of the tournament. Let's switch first to Jerry.
Well, we're down on the floor now in the midst of all these excited spectators here, and two more excited spectators you wouldn't want to meet. I have here two of the girlfriends from each team. One from the Cobden Apple Knockers here, and would you tell us what your name is?
Judy Boyd.
And who's your boyfriend?
Chuck Neal.
And Chuck Neal is, tell him who he is. He's number 54. Do I have the number right?
He's the tallest member on the team, 6'6".
6'6". Well, how tall are you?
5'6".
You think you went out there and gave him a kiss on the cheek now if things would pick up?
Oh, if they'd win,
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, it's still a good game. 24-31. So I suppose you've been yelling pretty loud. You think you'll have a voice left? Are you going back tomorrow or tonight after the game, regardless of win or lose?
Well, we plan, when we win tonight, we plan to stay overnight.
And go back tomorrow?
Uh-huh.
Well, let's find out what the Pekin has to say about this. What's your name?
Lynn Brown.
And your boyfriend is?
Jim Couch.
And he's the one with the real blonde hair, right?
That's right.
And he's doing a wonderful job out there. And what are you going to do after you win? You're both going to win. Well, it's going to be some game.
Well,
You're going back tonight?
Yeah,
You're going to go on back, huh? Well, I imagine it'll be pretty exciting in Pekin if you win or lose. You're both a couple of very fine boyfriends and wonderful ball players you have there. Now we're going to turn it back down to Maryland, who has two spectators, one from each team.
I'm sure that the boys playing in the tournament tonight have been very nervous during the past few weeks. Probably no less nervous than our guest tonight. And our guests with us right now are
Ted Summer.
Mr. Summer and
Russell Smith.
Mr. Smith. But I think your identity has been changed just a little bit, at least for tonight, and you'll be known just as Bob's father and as Jim's father. I understand that your son is how tall?
5'8".
5'8", and I know many of the boys playing in the basketball tournament have been 6 feet, some of them 7 feet tall, so sometimes they don't have to be quite so tall to be playing. Was he very nervous before the tournament?
No, he seems to be pretty calm all the way through.
Is he as calm as you are?
I believe so. Better.
How about your son? Is he pretty nervous?
Well, I think he's more calm than the parents.
Did you encourage him to go into basketball?
We encouraged him. He wanted to play, of course, by himself. He's been interested in basketball from junior high on up.
So you think that it's just been an interest of him rather than too much encouragement?
Well, we're right with him. We follow him.
Well, I'm sure both of you are, and thank you for talking with us tonight.
Thank you.
Now we'll turn back to Tom Kelly.
Thank you, Marilyn, and now it's my pleasure to introduce to you two very charming ladies who are most concerned with the outcome of this ball game tonight. They are the coaches' wives. On my right is Mrs. Aileen Hawkins, wife of Dottie Hawkins, Pekin High School coach. Aileen, how do you feel?
I feel wonderful.
Little tense, are you?
Yes, but I like the score right now.
You like the score right now. What does it feel like to be a coach's wife and be involved in a championship ball game, Aileen?
Well, I've had that feeling a long time, and it's a wonderful feeling, especially down at state tournament.
Yes, it is. It's a great place to be. On my left is the very pretty young coach of the Cobden, the pretty wife of the Cobden coach, Dick Ruggles. This is Mary Ruggles. Mary, how are you tonight?
Well, I'm fine, but I'd be a lot better if that score was the other way around.
Well, now, Aileen likes the score the way it is, and you'd like to have it reversed,
Yes, I
huh?
sure would. I sure would.
Well, this is a big moment for Cobden,
Very
for Dick,
big moment,
and
that's
for yourself.
right. This is our first time to do anything like this, and it's a real thrill no matter what happens tonight. We're all just, well, we're still up there in the clouds.
Well, certainly you are, and you've got a very fine ball club.
Thank
and
you.
I know you're very proud of your ball club and your
certainly
husband.
Are. Oh, definitely, yes.
Well, Mary, we want to thank you for being with us. Wish you
Thank
and husband
you.
Dick and the Cobden Apple Knockers all the luck in the world. Aileen, nice to see you again.
Yes.
I must confess that Aileen and I are old friends. We wish you and Dottie the best of luck in the Pekin Chinks.
Thank
you,
you,
my
Tom.
dear. Good luck to you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back to Tournament Central.
Well, that should give you some idea of how the backers of these two teams feel about the way things are going.
When you stop to think about it, there's almost no end to the ways your telephone can help you, especially when it comes to showing thoughtfulness and consideration.
Hey, I think I've got it, Marilyn. Listen.
Jerry, you're too late.
Almost 70%. How about that?
You said they were shooting that hot. 10 seconds.
You want to take it?
Well, we're about set to get the second half underway now as both clubs are out taking their warm-up shots before the second half gets underway. 31-24 at halftime with Pekin ahead of Cobden. And, of course, we've mentioned many, many times, right there you see the Pekin team taking their warm-up shots. The fact that Cobden is a sentimental favorite of almost everybody in the gym and throughout the state. And, of course, Pekin, a fine ball club, has their solid backers as well. In that first half, Jack mentioned how hot Pekin was shooting. Well, they shot nearly 70% from the field, while Cobden was shooting at about a 44% clip. So they have them in the percentage department as far as the shooting is concerned, and this should be a real warm second half. It was very noticeable in the opening moments of the game, and especially throughout the first period, that Cobden was very, very tense, and it's understandable. They come from the smallest school in the state, only 84 boys enrolled out of 147 students, and only some 918 people in the city. So the Apple Knockers out after the title, the first one. It's the first time they've been here. This is the first time that a district team has the possibility of winning all the marbles in this tournament since Hebron did it back in 1952. So their nervousness is certainly understandable, but I think they've forgotten that now, and they began to come on pretty fast in that second quarter and began to take advantage of their size moving in toward that bucket, although, as Jack Dries certainly told you, they had to change their style of play in order to do it. It probably did not feel comfortable to them. As far as Pekin is concerned, they are playing one of their top ball games of the season. They are a fine ball club, coached very, very well by Dawson Hawkins. And there is Dawson Hawkins with his team. You can see Ron Rhodes, number 11, right there with his back to you. And all the boys grouped around that coach getting those last-minute instructions. They go into this half with a lead, and they would like to come out as the state champions, and they'll have a tough battle on their hands. I'm sure we're looking forward to 16 minutes of some of the fastest action and most exciting action you'll be able to see anywhere. So don't go away. Keep your eyes on that set. And now we're all set for play-by-play in the second half. 31-24. There's your score. Third quarter getting underway. Here's the tip, and here is Jack Dries.
We're in the home stretch for the state championship. And both teams overeager. As Jim Summer, number 45, and Chuck Neal go up too early on the tip. And it comes down to the towering Cobden 5. Nice pass off to Ken Flick. And Cobden starts out with a quick hit. And for Ken Flick, who has averaged over 18 points a game in the 3 tournament games thus far, that is his first basket. Jim Couch from the side misses, and they tie up on the rebound as Chuck Neal and Jim Summer come down with the ball. So Ken Flick is long overdue to add to the scoring of Cobden. And Cobden, getting the tip, starts up the court. Pekin maintaining their all-court press. (31-26) is the score now in the ballgame in favor of Pekin as we just started the third quarter of play in the last half of the game for the state championship. And a beautiful hit by Ken Smith. Ken Smith now has 14 points, and suddenly Cobden's only 3 points behind. Cobden is maintaining the pressing defense. Ron Rhodes is quarterbacking things in the backcourt again. They forgot a player. It's Jimmy Couch. That's Emil Massa underneath, and it's a jump ball. Tip to Cobden. Jim Neal brings the ball across the center court, now to the backcourt man. And Smith, offensive foul. The call is against Ken Flick, his first personal, as he charged into a defender away from the play action. So Pekin takes the ball out of bounds. Ron Rhodes coming up. And with a quick burst of speed, Rhodes goes into the corner, whips it clear across the court to Jim Summer. And intercept by Cobden. That's Bob Smith, who knifed in there to grab that ball as joy reigns supreme amongst the Cobden Rooters. Ken Smith, a very agile and effective backcourt man for a 6'5" player. Ken Flick spins around, it's short, and the save is made by Emil Massa for Pekin. Pekin in front by 3 points. Jimmy Couch heading for that basket, has to give way to the pressure. Dave Golden slides around the corner, hunting for a screen, and he is called for charging as he piled into Chuck Neal. Foul on Dave Golden. First personal there. Quick pass up to Jim Neal. Neal slows the play down as they had no numerical advantage on the Pekin defense. 31-28. Pekin's lead has been slashed from 11 to 3 points. And little Ron Rhodes knifes in to steal the ball from Ken Smith. And timeout is called. Pekin calls for a timeout. And with the score, Pekin 31, Cobden 28. We have timeout. This 57th Illinois High School Association basketball tournament is being brought to you by your friends and neighbors at Illinois Bell Telephone Company. Bob?
There you see Dawson Hawkins, the fine coach of the Pekin Chinks, talking to his boys now. They've just intercepted the ball. They'll have possession when time is in again. And with the score, 31-28, let's take time out in the third quarter.
I want to remind all you viewers, immediately following this final game, we'll be covering the presentation of this beautiful trophy.
That's right, Jerry. The presentation of this championship trophy is truly the climax of this great event.
And now back to Jack Dries.
See if they will approve that.
Ready to go. Pekin putting the ball in play. And Ken Smith just got a fingertip on that ball, so it's off his finger out of bounds and goes back to Pekin. 31-28, favor of Pekin. Ron Rhodes dribbling into the corner, fades underneath. Basket was waved off while it was in the air because that was a charging foul called against Jim Summer, number 45. That's 2 personals for Summer. And so Pekin gets it out of bounds, being an offensive foul. Bounced it on the sideline. Jim Neal coming to a halt, bounced it on the out-of-bounds line, and Pekin regains the ball. 4 minutes and 38 seconds left to play in the third quarter of the game. This one, the big one for the state championship. And there goes Dave Golden all the way in, only to have it roll off the rim. Cobden now. Chuck Neal feeds to Ken Flick. Back out to Ken Smith. Offensive foul, and this one is against Jim Neal. That's 3 on Jim Neal. Pekin gets the ball in play from out of bounds. From the side, Emil Massa lets one go, and Ken Flick spears the rebound over to Ken Smith, who brings it up the court. Pekin relaxing their press here. Bob Smith now moves in toward the lane, but has to give ground. Jim Neal lets one go under the hoop and out of bounds. And Jim Smith is coming into the ball game, replacing Jim Neal, who is in that tender position of having 3 personal fouls chalked against him, with the 4th quarter and 3 minutes and 35 seconds of this one yet to be played. We're in the 3rd quarter. 31-28, Pekin out in front. It's been a long time between baskets. This next one could be a critical one. And Jimmy Couch tries it and hits it. Jimmy Couch, 10 points for Couch, and it's 33-28. And Pekin draws away once again, now to a 5-point lead. Ken Smith lets one go. It's partially blocked, and also is his arm caught. And so it's on Dave Golden. Foul on Golden. And Ken Smith steps to the free throw line with 1 or 2 coming. That's 3 on Golden, giving him 1 shot. It's in. 15 points for Ken Smith, 33-29. And a foul on Bob Smith, number 20, will send Ron Rhodes, number 11, to the free throw line for Pekin. 33-29 the score. A little less than 3 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Rhodes hits. Pekin 34, Cobden with the ball, 29. Bob Smith from the side. It rolls off the hoop, and Jim Summer is all alone gathering in that rebound. Dave Golden, a nice pass off to Summer. Summer is trapped. Ball is flipped out of bounds. It will still belong to Pekin. Jimmy Couch out to Emil Massa. Massa's shot is rebounded by Ken Smith, and Cobden has the ball. They trail by 5 points. A little better than 2 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Offensive foul called against Ken Smith. So it's Pekin's ball out of bounds. That's the first one for Ken Smith. Ron Rhodes' shot is off the hoop. Little Bob Smith gets it, but he's out of bounds as he grabs the ball. You're wondering why nothing happened on that contact. That was a little bit of play acting. Bob Smith just fell over like he had been really belted, but the official right on top of it made no call. Jimmy Couch, in and out. Oh, almost tipped in by Cobden. Finally tipped out of bounds. And it'll be Pekin's ball with Cobden the last to touch it. A minute and 47 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter. A long heave into the backcourt to Ron Rhodes. Jim Summer, rebound by Emil Massa. Out to Jimmy Couch. Jimmy Couch lets go. Dave Golden. And finally, Chuck Neal gets it for Cobden. Boy, look at that Pekin rooting section. Live it up. Ron Rhodes, beautiful pass off to Jim Summer, and 2 points. That was a nifty play, 36-29. Foul against number 11, Ron Rhodes. That'll be 3 against Rhodes. 36-29 the score. Pekin has scored 2 critical baskets here after a long dry spell in the scoring department. They're out in front now with a 7-point lead after Cobden had come to within 3 points of them, whittling down an 11-point lead. Tip in. Chuck Neal scores. 36-31. Cobden still has a way to go. Jim Summer tries to roll one over to Emil Massa, but it was a slow pass, and Ken Smith had time to reach out and scoop it up. .25 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Traveling call. Took an extra step while he was fishing for the ball, and it belongs to Pekin out of bounds with 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Ron Rhodes into the corner as the whistle blows, and the foul call is made against Chuck Neal. That's 3 personals on Chuck Neal, so both the Neal boys now have 3 personal fouls against them. Jim Neal and Chuck Neal each are carrying 3 personals. Jim Neal is on the bench. Chuck Neal still in the game. 13 seconds left. Rhodes misses on the shot. Rebounded by Ken Flick for Cobden. 8 seconds left. Bob Smith, the little man, lets one go from the side. It's off the rim. Chuck Neal gets it. Lofts it up there, and that is the end of the third quarter with the score, Pekin 36, Cobden 31. And now here's Tom Kelly.
Thank you, Jack Drees. And now may I introduce to you the mayor of Cobden, Illinois, His Honor Frank Petty. Mayor Petty, thank you for coming to see us. How big is your community?
900.
900. I guess everybody, just about everybody's up here, aren't they?
Half of them at least.
Mayor, I know that you're very proud of this ball club, and they're great progress in this tournament.
They have done a tremendous job.
Got a big celebration planned for them down your way?
We're all about half of Cobden and all the surrounding community, and we expect 800 or 900 or 1,000 people to meet them at the station tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
I love your hat, Mayor Petty.
Oh, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the boys, too.
I can see that you are, sir. Thank you for coming to see us, and good luck to you, Mayor. You've got a great town and a great basketball team.
We think so, too. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now let's go back to game side and Jack Drees.
All ready to go now into the final quarter. 8 minutes left to decide, if it can be decided in the confines of the regulation game, the 1964 state champion. Pekin in the lead by 5 points over Cobden. Cobden, the Cinderella team from the tiny school of Cobden, enrollment 147. The first district school to reach the tournament final since Hebron won it all in 1952. Ready to go. No jump. Chuck Neal, turnaround jump, rolls off the hoop. Dave Golden gets it for Pekin. Emil Massa drives in, can't get loose. Emil Massa, no foul is called, and the ball comes to Cobden. Jim Smith shoots and hits. (36-33). Cobden again comes within 3 points of Pekin. Ron Rhodes from the side out, beauty. 9 points for Ron Rhodes. 38-33, Pekin over Cobden. Pekin now back to the tight full court press. Chuck Neal brings it across center court. Chuck Neal goes high and rolls it over the front rim. 9 points for Chuck Neal. 38-35 as Pekin and Cobden change baskets. A little less than 6 minutes left to play. Dave Golden across court to Emil Massa. Massa has one bounce back at him, but it's speared by Chuck Neal, and Cobden gets the rebound. If Cobden can score right now, it would be a very critical basket. They're behind by 3. Ken Smith lets it go and hits. (38-37). 1 point now. Ron Rhodes from the side. It's short. Jim Summer gets the rebound. Turnaround jump is blocked aside. And now Cobden has a chance to go into the lead for the first time in the game. They've got the ball. They need to put it through that rim at the other end of the court. Pekin now tightening up, rising to the defensive occasion. This is a sound, well-drilled team and a particularly strong defensive team, this Pekin High School 5. Cobden hunting for the percentage shot, looking for a way to move through them. They don't want to give up this ball without a real good shot at it. Ken Smith tries it. Rolls off. Jim Summer gets the rebound, and Pekin has staved off Cobden. They still lead by 1 point. Dave Golden rolls in. That basket will not count. Whistle blows foul against Ken Smith. And a substitution coming in for Pekin. Number 53, Tony Busick, replacing Emil Massa. This championship game of the high school basketball tournament brought to you by the men and women of Illinois Bell Telephone. At the line, Dave Golden. Oh, that's a big point. They're all big right now as we get in the final minutes, 39-37. That took away the possibility of an instant lead for Cobden. And he drops in another one to return to the 3-point lead for Pekin. Cobden with the ball. 4 minutes and 14 seconds left to play in the game. 40-37. Ken Flick puts it in. Cobden again within 1 point. 4 minutes left to play in the game. And for Pekin, it's a timeout. It's timeout in the fourth quarter of this championship game. With the score, Cobden 39, Pekin 40.
Well, here is, Marilyn, the trophy that one of these teams of this exciting ball game will take back to its school.
That's right. Stay with us following this final game when you'll see the dramatic presentation of this trophy.
And now back to the game.
Boy, look at this. The game is heating up all right. Dick Ruggles, the Cobden coach, has now got his coat off along the sidelines. We love to get pictures of this guy in action, a very expressive coach. And you can see the drama and tenseness of the situation as this tiny school with this great big team, a team that comes to a school like Cobden, oh, maybe out in the fourth quarter of this championship game with the score, Cobden 39, Pekin 40.
Well, here is, Marilyn, the trophy that one of these teams of this exciting ball game will take back to its school.
That's right. Stay with us following this final game when you'll see the dramatic presentation of this trophy.
And now back to the game.
Boy, look at this. The game is heating up all right. Dick Ruggles, the Cobden coach, has now got his coat off along the sidelines. We love to get pictures of this guy in action. A very expressive coach. And you can see the drama and tenseness of the situation. As this tiny school with this great, big team, a team that comes to a school like Cobden, maybe once every 25 years, that comes to any school of that size in the entire state about once in a decade. 4 minutes left to play. And here is Cobden, the towering Cobden team. 1 point away from Pekin, who have been leading them throughout in this championship game. And Pekin, a blow-and-go team, has reverted in this game against Cobden to a ball control team. There's Dave Golden canning one. Dave Golden driving through the lane to put it through the hoop, and it's Pekin 42, Cobden 39. 3.5 minutes left to play in the game. Jim Smith, and the shot is missed with Emil Massa blocking out Big Chuck Neal and grabbing the rebound. Still 42-39, Pekin over Cobden. Whistle blows. Foul is called on Chuck Neal. And that, I believe, is 4 personals on Neal. Yes, it is. He has only 1 more to go. But there are only 2 minutes and 57 seconds left. So Dick Ruggles will ride with him in this game, I believe. Dave Golden at the free throw line. He's got 14 points so far. There's 15. 43-39. 4 points now is the Pekin lead. And Golden scores again. 16 points for Golden. 44-39. Pekin has returned to a 5-point lead. Cobden has come close within 1 point, but has never had the lead in the game. Ken Smith. Chuck Neal playing too tight on the rebound, and it gets to Pekin, and Pekin calls for a timeout. 2 minutes and 34 seconds remaining to be played.
Bob? The Pekin team around their coach now. They have that lead of 44-39, and I know it's surprising to thousands watching this ball game and here in the gym and all around the state feel that Cobden, the underdog as far as this tournament is concerned, as far as the size of the school went, but certainly a sentimental favorite, has been unable to get out on top in this ball game. They came very close, and yet Pekin came fighting back. You've got to give a tremendous amount of credit to a fine ball club, the Pekin Chinks, coached by Dawson Hawkins. There are the apple knockers now. A couple of the subs you see, Whithoff and Garner with their jackets on. Groups around the regulars on that ball club with their coach, Dick Ruggles. Dick has been working feverishly throughout this game. There you are, 44-39, 2:34 remaining in the ball game. And in just 2 minutes and 34 seconds, barring a tie and an overtime, the new 1964 Illinois State High School basketball champion will be crowned here in Champaign-Urbana in the Illinois Assembly Hall. All right, Jack?
2 minutes and 34 seconds from a date with destiny. Pekin 5 points over Cobden, and Pekin has the ball. There'll be ball control here, you better believe it. Cobden will have to come out and get him. Got to come after him. Dave Golden goes in, then passes off, and Emil Massa brings it back into the backcourt. 1 minute and 53 seconds. Pekin keeping track of that ball now, reducing the time for Cobden, hoping to get it down below what it would take to score 5 points. Whistle, foul. Call against Jim Smith, but Cobden pretty much has to foul now to get that basketball. 44 to 39 with a minute and 41 seconds remaining, and Dave Golden at the free throw line. Golden puts it in. 45 to 39. And it's in again. 18 points for Dave Golden. 46 to 39. Pekin back to a 7-point lead. Cobden now with an almost impossible task. From the side, Jim Smith cans it. 46 to 41. Peking 5 points in front. A minute and 20 seconds left in the game. Double teaming, trying to get that ball. Whistle blows, offensive foul. Charging called against Pekin. Call on Dave Golden. That's 4 personals on Dave Golden. Number 52 in the game is Darrell Crimmins. A minute and 5 seconds left to play. Fadeaway jump by Crimmins. And the rebound is grabbed by Jim Summer for Pekin. All court press now. What's the call? Call was against Dave Golden. Offensive foul, a charging foul. And Dave Golden is out with 5 personals. Dave Golden, a real key man, high scorer for the Pekin team, total of 18 points, heads for the sidelines and gets an applause that is richly deserved. Dave Golden's the big man in the Pekin attack here in this championship game tonight. Coming in will be Rich Venturi, a 5'9" senior and a blocky one, 190 pounds. He's number 51 coming into the Pekin lineup, a very good ball handler, good backcourt man. The caliber of the Pekin team does not drop when Venturi comes into the game. 50 seconds left to play. Jim Smith, high off the rim, rebound by Pekin. Emil Massa gets it. Tied up. Foul called on Ken Smith. Emil Massa at the line. 46 to 41 with 43 seconds remaining. Massa misses. Ken Flick gets the ball. Here comes Cobden. Whistle blows. And a charging call against Bob Smith. Offensive foul will give it to Pekin out of bounds. 36 seconds left to play in the game. And a foul again on Bob Smith. Really 3 seconds left. Pekin out in front by 5 points and time running out for a Cobden team that sees it so near and yet so far. Jim Couch at the line. Dick Ruggles pacing the sidelines, the coach of the Cobden Five, as Jim Couch puts in his 11th point. 47 to 41. Couch drops it again. 12 points for Couch. 48 to 41. Substitutes coming in. We get a little taste of state tournament action. And here come the regulars. Ken Flick, a crestfallen Ken Smith, and little Bob Smith trailing to the sidelines. There along the bench, Dick Ruggles, the coach, giving him the slap on the back. A job well done. Pekin 48 to 41 now with 33 seconds remaining. And Cobden will put the ball in play. Number 42 putting the ball in play is Rod Klutz. 22 is Roy Whittoff. Shot is short. Underneath, Jim Smith rebounds and puts it in. 48 to 43. Pekin with the ball. 18 seconds, 17 seconds. Whistle blows. And the call is made against number 52, Darrell Crimmins. And there is the That was Dick Ruggles' young baby we saw just a moment ago. Score holding at 48-43. Time about out. Jim Smith pumps in another basket. Foul call on Cobden's 42. 1 second showing on the scoreboard. Pekin already beginning to celebrate. Up in the stands, they're on their feet. They're starting to go. 1 and 1. Emil Massa gets a free throw. 49-45. And Massa hits on the next one. 50-45. And there it is. Now it breaks loose here at the Assembly Hall. No need to talk, just watch. Final score, Pekin 50, Cobden 45, as Pekin will wear the crown of the 1964 state champion, the Illinois High School Athletic Association. Out on the court, the Pekin team now is beginning to move off the court. Photographers have been busy. Look at those kids. Oh, this is a moment of ecstasy. And they had quite a team to beat. But they got the lead early in the game, and every time Cobden came close, Pekin had the opportunity to pull away once again. At the quarter, it was a 7-point lead, 15-8. At the half, it was a 7-point lead, 31-24. 3 quarters, it was a 5-point lead, 36-31. And then in the fourth quarter, Cobden drew up to within a point at 40-39. And then Pekin began to pull away. They had 42, then 43, then 44, 45, 46-39, and moved on to a 50-45 triumph. And now the Pekin team is gathering out in the center of the court. And up in the air goes Coach Dawson Hawkins. Ron Rhodes gets a fond embrace. 9 points for Ron Rhodes in a great floor game. Number 11 there.
The moment of realization has arrived for the 2 victors to receive tribute as the top-ranking basketball teams in the state. So let's go to the floor at the Assembly Hall and join Al Willis, Executive Secretary of the Illinois High School Association, for the presentation of the runner-up and championship trophies for this 57th high school tournament.
Appreciate your being quiet for just a minute. We'll start the presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure all of you realize that it takes a great many people to stage a fine tournament such as this one. And we would be most ungrateful if we did not express our appreciation to the University of Illinois Athletic Association and to Mr. Parkinson, who has charge of the Assembly Hall, and all of the many people who have assisted you and us in making this the great tournament it has been. So we want to say thank you to all of you who have helped us with the tournament. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to make the presentation of awards, I should like to introduce to you the president of the Illinois High School Association, Mr. Harry L. Fitzhugh, the principal of the high school at Franklin, Illinois. Harry, it's yours.
Thank you, Mr. Willis. Along with many other things, the state of Illinois is known for its many outstanding high school basketball teams. Many coaches throughout the state are doing fine work in developing hundreds of high school players. A few weeks ago, 735 high schools entered the state basketball tournament series. During the past 2 days, we have seen 8 of these finalists perform in this impressive assembly hall at the University of Illinois. We congratulate these finalists for their fine display of basketball playing and the fine display of sportsmanship. It is now time to present trophies to the runner-up and to our state champions. At this time, we would like for Coach Dick Ruggles of Cobden to please come forward. Coach Ruggles, we have in this package some miniature silver basketballs for you, your coaching staff, and your fine basketball team. And we congratulate you for bringing this team to the state final runner-up position for a job well done.
Thank you, thank you.
And Captain, we would like at this time for Captain Ken Flick. Captain Flick, just a few weeks ago, I suspect that Cobden was just a dot on the map in the state of Illinois. But that's no longer true. Certainly the basketball playing which you fellows have done, the fame that you brought to your town and to your community and to our state is tremendous. We know that all the people of this state are behind you people 100%. It would be an understatement of the day It would be the understatement of the day to say that this was not the sentimental favorite in this gymnasium tonight and the support that was shown you boys when you came out on the floor to start the basketball game. We think that you brought a great honor to high school basketball, and we salute each and every one of you fine people throughout Cobden and the community for a fine school, for a job well done. Congratulations.
There's the trophy presented to the captain of the Cobden Apple Knockers, Kenny Flick. Leading scorer on the team, incidentally, too.
We would like for Coach Dawson Hawkins to please come forward.
Now, Dottie Hawkins, whose Pekin Chinks won the state title here tonight, was greeted with a fine round of applause. Dawson, a very personable man, a very veteran basketball coach, probably more nervous now than at any time in his coaching career. And I don't imagine he's ever had a prouder moment.
Winning state championships is not new for Coach Dottie Hawkins. Coach Hawkins won the championship in the state of Nebraska a few years ago and now has brought this great honor to his home school, Pekin. We have in this package some miniature gold basketballs for you and your coaching staff and your players. Congratulations, Coach Hawkins.
Dottie Hawkins, the coach of the Pekin Chinks, this year's state champs.
And now we would like for co-captains Emil Hassa and Jim Summers to please come forward.
Emil Massa and Jim Summers, co-captains for the Pekin Chinks. Massa is a senior, Jim Summers is a senior. The other 3 members of the starting 5 are juniors.
The great moment has arrived. The greatest honor that can come to high school basketball in our state goes to you people, to your fine team for winning your first state championship in the state of Illinois history of basketball. It's with tremendous pride that we present this championship trophy to you boys, the captain of this fine team. We hope that you'll always wear your championship well. Congratulations.
For our viewers at home, there is a look at the Pekin Chinks, the state champs.
as they hold that beautiful piece of hardwood.
Drive carefully on the way home. We'd like to see all of you back again next year. Good night.
For our viewers at home, do you see the little fella on the right-hand corner of your screen? That is Jimmy Lee, who has spent 31 years at Pekin High School. He's the trainer of the Chinks. And Pekin has had a basketball team play in 29 state tournament games, this being the 29th. Jimmy Lee has seen each and every one of them, and tonight he sees his school win the state title. Quite a moment, and a real moment of heartbreak behind us here, just located a few feet away from where we've been talking and viewing with you. The Cobden cheerleaders, heartbroken almost to a girl, sobbing throughout the last few minutes of the ball game as their team, the Cinderella Ball Club, and the team that obviously was the sentimental choice here at Champaign, lost 50-45 as Pekin, the ball club on your screens now, won the state basketball crown. That's a look at the state champs and Mr. Fitzhugh. Now we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. Time for me to head back toward the dressing rooms to see if I can line up some of the members of the championship team for an interview. While I'm doing this, let's look in on Marilyn Vanderburr and Jerry Van Dyke.
Can you still remember it?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, then let's sing it. Make someone happy. It's easy to make someone happy with your telephone.
Bob Rhodes and I'll have the summary of the championship game in a moment. Then we'll be joining Tom Kelly for an interview with the 1964 state champions. First, let's switch to Marilyn and Jerry.
You know, this marks the 13th year that Illinois Bell has brought you this wonderful telecast. And over the years, your comments and cards have been very helpful.
We certainly hope that you'll drop us a line this year and let us know whether you enjoyed the telecast or not.
Drop us a card or a letter to Box 6260, Illinois Bell, Chicago, Illinois. That's Illinois Bell, Box 6260, Chicago, Illinois.
And now for a look at the ball game just concluded, which saw Pekin crowned the state champions. Bob Rhodes and I'll take a look at this. Bob, I forget which one of us made the remark, but in the fourth quarter, when the score was in favor of Pekin 36-33, there was a long dry spell without either team scoring. And the comment was made that the next basket would be a critical one. And the next basket was made by Pekin.
It certainly was. There was a long dry spell there, and whoever would get that next basket should certainly be in the command, and they took over at that point, actually.
Yes, Cobden was able to get up there to 39-40, 1 point behind, but Pekin had the momentum and began to draw away. Final score 50-45. Pretty good scoring, Bob. Dave Golden, high point man for Pekin with 18 points.
And a fine little basketball player. A great ball handler and a great shot.
9 points for Ron Rhodes. And here's outside shooting early in the game when he came popping through with 3 quick baskets. Got Pekin off and running. 12 points for Jim Couch. They were the principal scorers. Jim Summer had 9 points. For Cobden, the losing team, Ken Smith had a great night. He came through with 17 points. Much missed was the lack of scoring by Ken Flick, who had close to a 19-point average in tournament play coming into this game, Bob.
You've got to figure, Jack, that Cobden had a couple of tough ball games in Galesburg and Decatur, and of course they ran up against a real good ball club, well-coached ball club, and a club that can handle that ball and shoot well in Pekin tonight. But Cobden and their followers can be more than proud of this wonderful team from downstate, from the small town and the small school, for the great showing they made in this, their first tournament.
Boy, I'll say, I hope Cobden has no lack of pride with this ball club. Well, now for an interview with the 1964 winning team. Let's switch to Tom Kelly.
Thank you, Jack Dries. There's some sorrow down the hall, ladies and gentlemen. The Cinderella team didn't quite have it tonight, but you're looking at the state champions from Pekin, Illinois, the Pekin Chinks. And it's been a long time coming for this basketball team and for this school that they represent. Let's talk to these young people and congratulate them on their tournament win here tonight. First of all, we'll start with number 21, Dave Golden. Dave, you're as good a guard as I've seen in high school basketball in a long time, and you are deadly at that free throw line. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This ball club gave away a good deal in size to the Cobden team, but you managed to stay in there.
Yes, we've had a lack of height all year, so it was nothing new, but it was a bigger problem tonight than it's ever been, I think.
Did you ever feel at a moment or two in there that you might lose it?
Well, we never think we're going to lose. We always go out there thinking we're going to win.
Well, you did tonight. I understand you're a junior.
Yes, I am.
Be back next year.
Mhm.
Will you be down to Champaign next year?
We're going to be here, I think.
Going to try. Gentleman here is one of the finest basketball players in the state. The center, Jim Summers. Congratulations, Jim.
Thank you.
It was a fine tournament and a fine trophy and a fine win all the way around. Uh-huh. How big are you?
6'3".
You've got to be about the biggest boy in this club, aren't you?
Yes.
You must have been looking up and seeing nothing but eyebrows and shoulders above you all night, weren't you?
Yeah, that's right.
Pretty tough to get the ball back off that board.
Yeah.
You beat a pretty good ball club, didn't you, Jim?
They were real good. They moved the ball real good.
And a fine ball game all the way around. Congratulations to you.
Thank
You're
you.
a senior. You'll be leaving the club.
Yes.
Good luck to you wherever you go, Jim.
Thank you.
Let's talk to this gentleman here. This is number 43. This is Emil Massa. Emil, you're a senior or a junior?
Senior.
You're a senior.
Yes.
Well, this must be just about the greatest way you can close out a high school career, isn't it?
It is.
Did you feel when the season started you had a chance to win the big one?
Well, I thought we did. I knew our height would be a problem, but I figured we could overcome it. We did.
You have a ball club with only 2 seniors on it, yet it's full of poise. You don't throw the ball away many times. What do you attribute that to?
Oh, I don't know. Well, we had a lot of experience from last year still. These juniors were experienced last year.
And some pretty good coaching.
Yeah, good coaching.
Had a fine coach. Congratulations. Good luck
Thanks
to you.
a lot.
This gentleman here is another one of a pair of real good guards. This is number 11, Ron Rhodes. And I must congratulate you, Ron, along with your running mate down there, Golden. You two boys are as good a pair of high school guards as we've seen in a long time. Big win for you tonight, wasn't it?
Sure was.
Have you ever had a happier moment?
Not that I can recall.
Well, listen, you're only a junior, you know. You have another chance, don't you?
Yeah.
Will you bring the ball club back next year?
We're going to be here.
You're going to try, huh?
You bet.
Congratulations. Good luck to you. Gentleman here on the end is number 23, plays a forward spot, Jim Couch. Jim, how big are you?
I'm about 6 foot.
6 foot. You must have had a little... Is he kidding me a little bit? He's grown an inch since the ball game, huh? Well, you looked about 6'10" out there tonight. Did you have a little trouble getting the ball back?
Yeah, they were pretty big.
Pretty good ball club,
Yeah.
weren't they, Jim?
Yeah, I'll say.
But you played a fine ball game. We want to congratulate you.
Thanks
Are you
a
a
lot.
junior or senior?
Junior.
You're a junior. You'll be back next year.
Yes.
Good luck to you. This little gentleman here is not a player, ladies and gentlemen, but he has seen Pekin High School basketball teams play in 29 tournament games. And he's never seen or had a prouder moment than tonight. Right, Jimmy Lee?
That's right.
You've been at Pekin High School a long time, Jimmy. How many years?
Going on 31 years.
Going on 31. Handle all the training chores for the boys, huh?
Yes, sir.
And do a great job. You're one of
Thank
their
you
most
very much.
beloved citizens. Congratulations, Jimmy.
Thank you very much.
Now let's talk to some of the other fellas and find out a little bit about them. First, let's go down here. Duncan Reed, an assistant coach. Dunk, congratulations.
Yeah, this is really great. This is the greatest thing ever happened to Pekin, I believe.
No question about it. It's never happened like this before. In fact, I think that the farthest the Pekin team has ever gotten was 3rd place, if I'm not mistaken.
Third twice.
Third twice.
Way back when.
And tonight, the big one.
The big one tonight, that's right.
No question, it is a big win. Dunk, you were telling me something interesting. You and Mr. Venturi here, let me step between you, who handles the freshman and has a boy, plays on the varsity, that Pekin's basketball fortunes have been tremendous this year. What is your overall record?
I believe it's 67 wins and 5 losses, three squads.
That makes it freshmen, the sophomores, and the varsity. Is that right?
That's right.
Well, listen, as a coach and a proud father, you must just be about coming out of your suit tonight, aren't you?
It's really great.
Is this your boy standing next to you,
Yes,
Rich?
this is my oldest son.
Uh-huh. Is he a junior?
He's a senior.
He's a senior. Well, listen, he couldn't go out in a better way, could he?
That's a great way to go out, and we're very proud. And just Pekin, it couldn't happen to a finer community.
Or a better basketball team.
That's right, and a great coach.
And a great coach.
Hawkins,
Congratulations to you. Let's talk to your son here. Rich, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Has to be a big win, doesn't it? Huh?
It's the greatest, the biggest ever.
Nothing better than this.
Nothing could be. I know.
Did you think when you came down to take part in the Elite Eight that you had a chance?
Well, we came down to win it. We thought we could all the way, and we just wanted to get out there and prove ourselves tonight.
And you did. Congratulations to you.
Thank
Good
you
luck
very
to you.
much.
Let me talk to the 2 managers. Boys, would you step in here? Could I have your names, please?
Richard Peach.
Richard Peach?
Yes.
Terry Vogel.
Terry Vogel. Well, look a little happy, fellas. You just won the state tournament. You aren't too happy. What year are you, Jack?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior?
I'm a junior, too.
You're a junior. Are you coming back next year?
Yeah.
Oh, you'll probably get pretty blasé about winning these trophies next year if you're back down here. Let me check these lads. May I have your name, son?
Tony Busick.
Tony Busick?
Yeah.
What year are you in school, Tony?
Senior.
Congratulations. Big thrill tonight?
Sure.
Wonderful, huh? Your name?
Mike Gilliam.
Mike Gilliam. Aren't you a transfer, Mike?
Yes, I am.
Where did you play last year? Tremont?
Tremont.
Did you ever think when you came over to Pekin you'd win the state tournament?
No, sir.
Pretty happy about it?
Yes, sir.
It's quite a thrill. Your name, son?
Tom Wiskowski.
Tom Wasowski?
Yes.
And what year are you, Tom?
Junior.
Junior, how big are you?
5'11".
5'11". Better grow some. Coach Harkins needs some big ones next year. And how about you?
Dan McDonald.
Dan McDonald. And how big are you, Dan?
5'11".
What's your year?
Senior.
You're a senior.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Big tournament win for you. Thanks to all of you boys, and good luck to you next year. Now let me go over here and talk to an old friend and congratulate him, Dawson Hawkins.
Thanks,
Dottie,
Tom.
congratulations.
Thanks.
I saw you receiving that box full of gold basketballs for you and the assistant coaches and the boys in the club, and I said on the air that you've had a lot of proud moments, but I don't think any more proud than this one.
I'm still, I have to pinch myself, Tom, to realize this has actually happened to me.
Dottie, you've been coaching basketball a couple of seasons now, haven't you?
This is true, Tom.
How many years, Coach?
Oh, I hate to say over this program here, but it's been over 20 years.
Over
yes.
20.
Yeah.
And you won a state title in Nebraska, and now you've come back to win one for Pekin.
Yeah, I believe I could almost quit now and say that it's a job well done.
Well, Dottie, it's a job well done, but I don't believe that Pekin Community High School is going to let you quit at all. In fact, I think they want you to produce a few more state champions for them. Dawson, this ball club was small compared to the Cobden team. Did you have any special plans to combat that added height they had?
Well, we used a press, Tom, and we try to utilize our speed and agility and good shooting with a lot of motion out there. We like to spread them out on offense if we could.
I hate to single out any one or two or three ball players, Coach, but Summers, I thought, was an outstanding basketball player for you, and those two guards, Rhodes and Golden, they can shoot you dead out there, can't they?
Well, of course, we think they're the best pair of guards in the state, Tom, and as everyone probably knows, Jim Summer made all the all-state teams, and so that speaks for itself.
Well, Dottie, I know you're anxious to get in and talk to the boys. You've got thousands of friends out in the hall waiting to congratulate you. Let me congratulate you again. Wish you the very best of luck. It couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
And there you have the state champion coach, Dawson Hawkins of Pekin, and his state winners, the Pekin Chinks. That just about does it for me. Let's go back to pretty Maryland and banjo strumming Jerry Van Dyke.
And now it's time for Jerry and me to say good night.
Good night.
On behalf of the Illinois Bell Telephone Company, we hope that you've enjoyed this year's telecast of the Illinois High School Association Basketball Tournament.
And we hope you'll remember how easy it is to make someone happy with the help of your telephone.
And how easy it is to make yourself happy, too. And again, thanks for watching, and good night from all your friends at Illinois Bell.
And don't forget, make someone happy.
Thanks to you, Marilyn and Jerry. We hope you've enjoyed this basketball tournament as much as we have. And now, Jack, a few closing remarks, I imagine.
Well, all I can add, Bob, is our congratulations to Pekin High School of Pekin, Illinois, the champions for 1964. And our congratulations, too, to all the teams that took part in this 57th state championship tournament. Our technical director here in Champaign-Urbana has been Cliff Bogle. Field supervisor has been Frank Generou. Sid Grossfeld was our associate director. Jim Holmes has been our director. Engineering for this telecast has been supervised by Chuck Buzzard. Now, this is Jack Dries, along with Tom Kelly and Bob Rhodes, wishing you a very pleasant good night from all your friends and neighbors at the telephone company. Portions of this program were mechanically reproduced. This telecast has been produced for Illinois Bell Telephone by N.W. Ayer. Our associate producers have been Bob Malott, Tony Wainwright, and Jim Robertson. Our producer has been Ray Girardin. Our executive producer, Rick Hawley. This is the ABC